Thank you for joining me today, esteemed colleagues and future leaders. Your presence here, eager and inquisitive, is a beacon of hope for what lies ahead. I trust that my story will not only entertain, but also offer some lessons to carry forward in your own journeys. Today, I recount the tale of the Emerald Uprising, my own life's tale woven into the broader tapestry of resistance against the Talokite hegemony. For those newer among us, a brief primer on the conflict and its players might be in order. The Talokites, for visualization, were beings of immense stature and intellect, their forms lithe and surrounded by an aura of bioluminescence that made them appear almost ethereal. Their society was highly hierarchical, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and control, which, unfortunately, led to their path of conquest and subjugation across the cosmos. Some of you might find it hard to believe, given their current status as allies, but the annals of history paint a vivid picture of their once expansionist and oppressive endeavors. The First Contact War marked the beginning of their outward push, a campaign that brought them into direct conflict with the Coalition of Free Systems, a loose alliance of worlds, including our own. Their technological prowess was unmatched, and they swept through several systems with terrifying efficiency, leaving a trail of subjugated worlds in their wake. The Second Uprising was a testament to the resilience of those subjugated worlds under Talokite rule. Under the weight of technological inferiority, the coalition mounted a guerrilla war that would help in halting the Talokites' advance. This period is particularly close to my heart, as it was the crucible in which our people's spirit of defiance and unity was forged. Specifically for the Battle of Orion's Crest, though a devastating encounter for us, proved to be a turning point in the war, demonstrating that the Talokites were not invincible. Unfortunately, I cannot claim the First Contact War and the Second Uprising as my own story, for I was just a child. But I digress. The Emerald Uprising, from which my story stems, occurred when I was much your age. It was a time of desperation and determination. The Talokites, having regrouped, launched a renewed offensive that threatened to extinguish our nascent flames of freedom. As we lost the worlds we fought so hard to get back, as our last hopes for survival seemed to diminish in the face of total annihilation by the hand of an enemy that gave little care for xenocide, we cried out for help from anyone who cared. One might say even dared to give it. We did not expect a response. Then the humans called. We did not consider humanity, with its storied past of internal strife and resilience, to be a likely ally. Their history is a tapestry of conflicts and reconciliation, their origins shrouded in the mists of time, with many chapters they themselves seem keen to forget. Yet, in our hour of need, they defied all our expectations and stood with us, a beacon of hope and the embodiments of absolute resolve. Together, we forged an alliance of steel and spirit. The battlefronts, once scenes of despair, transformed into stages for a display of unity and strategic genius. The Terrans, despite being newcomers to the galactic stage, brought with them innovative tactics and an indomitable will to persevere. Their contributions were not merely martial. Their presence rekindled the belief in the possibility of victory against seemingly insurmountable odds. Our struggle was arduous and wrought with sacrifices. Each victory was paid for with the blood of the valiant, and every inch of territory reclaimed was a testament to the tenacity of our united front. The Talokites, for all their advanced knowledge and power, found themselves grappling with an adversary that refused to yield, bound together by shared ideals and the unshakable resolve of the human spirit. The climax of our shared saga was not a single, decisive battle, but a series of relentless, grinding conflicts that slowly eroded the will of the enemy. The Talokites were known for their extensive war reserves. They forced their subjugated planets into becoming factories that just further fueled their raging war machine. But humanity did not falter. Whenever more was needed to counteract the foe, humanity simply upscaled production as if it were their fifth appendage, eventually doubling production, then tripling, then quadrupling, until eventually they were tenfold their pre-war production quotas. The Talokites were beaten at their own game. In the lingering silence that followed the final skirmish of the Emerald Uprising, the galaxy found itself on the cusp of a new dawn. The once unyielding might of the Talokite hegemony with their legions of luminous beings and a doctrine that preached dominion over diversity, began to crumble under the weight of their own hubris. Faced with the unwavering spirit of a unified coalition and the indomitable courage of the Terran Confederacy, the Talokites were forced to transform their society. It was a forced metamorphosis born out of self-preservation. Many within their empire rebelled against the government's decision to surrender, but in the end, they surrendered nonetheless, for they knew that continuing to fight humanity was futile and would ultimately end in their demise. The aftermath of the uprising was a tapestry of paradoxes, devastation intertwined with hope, loss mingled with gain. Planets and systems that had languished under the oppressive yoke of the hegemony began the arduous journey toward healing and reconstruction. It was a process fraught with challenges, as worlds torn by war sought to mend the fabric of their societies. Where were the Terrans in all this, you may ask? Seemingly overnight, the humans cut production back down to pre-war quotas, silently stepping back into the galactic shadows they had once so fiercely leapt from. No one knows why they decided to help us in our hour of terrible need, but they did, and I guess that's all that matters. Everyone in the room sat quietly as they thought about what they had just been told. Well, any questions?